Time for some more horror book recommendations. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and today I have got 6 horror book recommendations for you. I believe this is Horror Rex 9. I've kind of lost track because we've done so many of them, and you guys keep loving them, so we're going to keep going with them. We will link these 6 books down below if you're intrigued with any of them. Also down below is Danielle's channel, the podcast, the Patreon, Bookstagram, all that fun stuff. And yeah, without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the list of books. Alright, so if you've watched any of the other 14 of these, I usually like kind of intermixing like books I've read a while ago with some of the newer stuff that I've read more recently. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So with that being said, the first book I'm going to talk about is Ghoul by Brian Keene. This is one that was recommended to me numerous times, and honestly, I absolutely love this book. I gave it 5 stars. It's creepy, it's eerie, it's just a lot of creepy vibes. We're following this kid named Timmy Greco and his 2 other friends. I don't remember their names, but basically like it's summer and this weird stuff is going on in the graveyard where one of his friends' dads is like the caretaker of. He's an alcoholic, he's abusive. Timmy's dad's a bit more on the nicer side, and the other friend's mom is like doing weird things to her son. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go into detail about it, but it's really messed up. But anyway, besides that, the 3 friends are basically like all excited for the summer, and all this stuff starts happening in the graveyard. The one friend's dad, who's the caretaker, keeps telling him like, stay out of the graveyard at night, don't go in there, don't you guys messing around. Which the kids presume he's just being mean, but when you find out like why he's actually telling them, like, it kind of is like a Jack Torrance moment for me, because it's like, he's a kind-hearted guy, like, for the reasoning why, but he's also kind of a dick, but it is what it is. But yeah, overall 5 stars, really good story, and I would definitely recommend it. That's why it's in the video. So there you have Ghoul by Brian Keene. Alright, next up is one that I had read 2 years ago, and I absolutely loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. This is my older one, of course. Racing with the Devil by Brian Smith. I don't believe I have mentioned this book all that often. I think I did one Halloween recommendation video with this 2 years ago, and I think that was the only time I really mentioned this book. This book is about, basically it's in the 80s, like big rocker era, like long hair, like I honestly referenced Eddie Munson in the book, which I don't know if you can see his picture up there, but he's up there on the wall, Eddie Munson. And like big hair, leather jackets, fast cars, rock music, like heavy metal, and that's basically, it's Halloween night, 1987, and like this group of friends are wanting to go to the boonies and pretty much have a good time. It's Halloween. But they encounter this person who like wants to race them. They race, and bad things kind of start happening to the group of friends. There's a scene towards the end. Well, there's one. It's been 2 years, so I don't remember specifically what the ending part is that I mentioned I was not a fan of in the video I did with this. But there's something towards the end where like one friend who's like the one who's driving and like being the racer kind of guy, like races the devil, and he puts on Highway Star by Deep Purple, and that song is like really good, and definitely a good, like, I'm not condoning racing, but like a really good like driving song. So take that for what it's worth. So yeah, very good book, give it 5 stars, and also this cover is just really, really cool. So, but yeah, there you have Racing with the Devil by Brian Smith. Next up is going to be, which this is great because he has written 5 of these now. I don't have the 5th one yet. I'm still waiting for it. That will be able to be used in pretty much all of these because I've loved every single one that he has written so far. And that is I Found a Lost Hallway in a Dying Mall by Ben Farthing. Ben Farthing is slowly starting to become the new Keelan Patrick Burke for me, with short stories and like being really good. And I think every one I've read has been about 4.5 stars, 5 stars basically. This is the most recent one that came out that I own. There is another one called I Found the Boogeyman Under My Brother's Crib or something like that. And I think by the time this goes up, that might already be out. It comes out September 24th. I'm surprised I remembered that. This book is about a woman named Lisa who works at a mall. And I gave this 5 stars. I don't know if I've said that yet. There's a book called Night of the Mannequins, and I think that's Stephen Graham Jones. This is basically that, but on big steroids, in my opinion. So, Lisa works at the mall, and I don't remember what store she works in. I don't remember if it says that or not. But pretty much what is going on is she's on break. Her husband works there. He has like a dementia kind of thing. It's not really dementia. He's just kind of like slow, like talking wise. And what happens is one day she's coming back from break and she hears this old coworker that she used to work with named Saswin. And he's down in this hallway. She goes down there and there's Saswin there. And there's just a couple random little mannequins sitting over there in the hallway. She tries calling 911, but then some weird things happen during the phone call. And like, then more mannequins start showing up. There's deformed mannequins that start showing up. And like, mannequins are really eerie in this. And I absolutely loved it. I will say that it has a really strong like eerie vibe with just like mannequins. Like, it's just creepy to me. I really did enjoy this one. There are 3 other ones that are already out, but I don't need to talk about those ones. But this was really good, and I would definitely recommend this one. Just, if you work in a department store, you might not look at mannequins the same way. So yeah, there you have I Found a Lost Hallway in a Dying Mall by Ben Farthing. Alright, next up is one where I actually did a reading vlog with this book and another book. We'll link that one up here. I actually don't remember what the other book was called, and honestly I didn't really like it that much. But this one is called William by Mason Coley, and I believe I gave this 4 stars. It was a really good book. Psychological horror meets cyber noir in this one sitting. Read a haunted house story in which the haunting is by AI. So there's this guy who is kind of in like a struggling marriage, and at least he believes it's a struggling marriage. It kind of comes across like it's struggling. Like I feel like it's... No, they're divorced. See, here's my issue with this book. There's a big plot twist at the end of the book that reveals a lot of things, and like, honestly, it's hard to talk about it because some of the stuff I might say could be a lie, some of it could be true. But I'm not going to tell you what's a lie and what's true, but I know what's a lie and what's not, and it's irritating me because I feel like I'm lying to you guys when I say stuff. So it's a hard book to talk about because a big plot twist happens. In short, there's a guy who is building an AI robot, builds a robot, and suddenly, like, the wife as the ex-wife has, like, work friends that come in, and they're all kind of, like, having a party, and the AI robot kind of, like, starts going ballistic, starts doing things, and, like, it's kind of eerie and mysterious the whole way through, because the guy who, like, did everything, Henry, is, like, trying to be nice, trying to be good. Like, I'm about to, like, I have like a huge like rant attack right now because I want to say things but I can't. So like, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm calm. Everything's fine. I gave it 4 stars. It's a good book. I highly recommend it. So there you have William by Mason Coley. All right, next up is one that is a very hyped book as of late and a very popular book, and that is We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clearu. I still can't pronounce that name. Anyway, Get Out meets Parasite in this eerily haunting debut and Reddit hit, soon to be major motion picture, about 2 homeowners whose lives are turned upside down when the house's previous residents unexpectedly visit. It's about a queer couple, Charlie and Eve. We're mainly following Eve. They just bought a house, and this dude randomly shows up with his family. They got a daughter, a son, wife. Wife seems to be very in control of the marriage. And basically, they're like, yeah, I used to live here. I want to show my kids like around the house that I grew up in and stuff. Oh, you still have the antler chandelier up? No, I don't have. Oh, you have this? Oh, there's a dumb waiter. You just seeing all this stuff, and weird stuff starts happening relatively right off the bat. Eve just kind of thinks that like these people are very odd. She like wants Charlie to come home like ASAP and basically tell these people to like F off, and like I don't want to be the one to do it, but like, you know, it's kind of eerie they're here. I wish that you were here. Big plot twist happens, and I settled on 4 stars with this just because the ending, they're not like the actual ending, but like the last couple pages before the last like 50, like kind of got messy. Like I thought we were in one location, but we're in another. I thought we were following one thing, but there was another thing that was going on. Kind of got a little confusing around the end, but the actual like ending was like good, just because of the plot twist and everything. So I really get where the vibe, or not the vibe, where the hype and everything comes from for this, but just that confusing bit towards the end, you know, like I said, it dropped it to 4 stars for me, but ultimately it was still a good book, and I would definitely recommend it. So there you have We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clearer. Alright, last up is going to be the Stephen King pick, because I usually always have a Stephen King pick in all of this. And this is one I'm actually shocked I did not have in any of the other ones. And that's Dreamcatcher. Now, I know you guys are all probably tired of me barking about this book being so good, but it is really good. I gave this 5 stars. This is on probably, out of the books I want to reread, probably in the top 3 or 5 that I would like to reread. It's a little bit on the bigger side. This one, you're following a group of friends from Derry, which that's the site of It, Insomnia, all that other fun stuff with him. There's 4 friends that we're following here, and honestly, I can't remember the names, which is why I need to reread this book. But they have this encounter with a kid who they call Duddits. I actually don't remember his actual name is. They just call him Duddits. And he has this special ability that he kind of passes to the 4 friends that allows them to kind of do things differently. One of them can like find things but kind of just like wiggling his finger and like being able to find stuff. Somebody can like read minds. There's all these cool gifts that they get. But one day they're up, and every year they go up to this cabin, and they are on like their 20th anniversary of going up there, and some weird alien stuff happens with this book. And there's only one part of this book I will agree where it's kind of annoying. I know a lot of people hate all the fart jokes and stuff like that, and all like the shit weasels, but I didn't mind it. But I don't know, my humor is broken. But I would also say that the chase scene towards the end, where one of the guys is following the other guy who's possessed, lasts about 200 pages, and honestly, it's kind of annoying. Because it's literally them chasing him through, and he's like, I'm going to try and slow him down. Let's have a burger. Oh, he's shitting himself. Oh, let's get some roadside food. Nope, now he's puking. Like, it's really weird to me. But yeah, so otherwise, I really like this book, and I really want to read it again. And if you can get through all the farts and stuff, it's really not that bad of a book, besides the 200-page chase scene. Like, that's annoying. This could be a 500-page book, 400-page book, really. But yeah, anyway, very solid story. It is referenced in this too, which is really cool. But yeah, there you have Dreamcatcher by Stephen King. Alright, so those are the 6 books I have here for you in my horror book recommendations, 9, 10, whatever this is. Again, we'll have them linked down below. Also down below is Danielle's channel. She's close to 1,000 subscribers, so like, sub out. And yeah, also down there is the Patreon, the Bookstagram, and the podcast. So go do all those things, and look at these books if any of them intrigued you. If you have any recommendations for me, let me know. Again, there's already been 8 of these, so you might have a repeat of mine, but whatever. But if you have anything new, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts on them. If you agree, disagree, whatever. Otherwise, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Later.